comes after concerns of overcrowding in jails, partly caused by people who've spent years waiting for their charges to be heard in court. Let's speak to our reporter, Umaru Fofana, who joins us now from the city of Makeni in the north of Sierra Leone. Umaru, this is a pretty unprecedented move, isn't it? So tell us about the state of Sierra Leone's prisons right now.
Hi, Claire. Well, the prisons in Sierra Leone across the country are grossly overcrowded. The Pudemba Road prison in Freetown, for example, holds more than twice its capacity for which it was established. And I dare say that human rights organizations have also confirmed this, that across the other prisons as well in the countryside, the same situation, is what prevails there. There are, for example, inmates who've been awaiting indictment and have been behind bars for years. And there are those who are facing trial. They've also been there for years on remand, so much so that even if they had been convicted, they would have served out their sentences, yet they are in prison. And there's a very common phenomenon here, which is a disappearance of files, of case files. People are behind bars, and their case files, for some reason that is very hard to understand, disappear within the judicial system, within the court system. And even magistrates, according to the spokesperson for the judiciary, Elkas Sano, even magistrates who are basically in charge of preliminary investigations in the court system, sentence people beyond the number of years that they have mandates to do. So these judges are going to this prison to try to look into all these matters. And where they find out that people have been detained illegally, so to speak, they are there and then going to release them. We are not sure whether they will get any compensation once that happens.
It comes to something, doesn't it, when judges are so sceptical of the system that they are working at the top of. They're saying, we're going out there to talk to people directly because we don't trust how this whole process is being run. Who are they pointing the finger at, do you think?
Well, it's finger pointing. I mean, the left hand is blaming the right hand and vice versa. If you speak to prison officials, they will tell you that we are keeping people behind bars who've been sent to us by the courts. And there are some members of the judiciary who are saying that even those who've been sentenced, to serve a certain number of years are in fact released without their acquiescence, without their knowing at all, let alone their acquiescence. So it depends on who you talk to. But then largely it is because of the way that the court system operates. Cases are adjourned in this country many times. For example, somebody may appear in court today and the matter is adjourned to months before they reappear in courts. So it's very slow. There was a talk that it's because they don't have enough courts. But then in recent times, more and more courts have been established in particularly remote areas of the country. So it is a view of the Chief Justice that once this happens, the prisons will be decongested and they will look into the issue of liberty of people who are behind bars. Let's face it, illegally.
So it's righting wrongs, but also trying to set up a system for the future that means the country won't get stuck in the same backlog again.
Exactly. That's what the Chief Justice and his colleagues at the leadership of the judiciary are saying. But I think campaigners are saying that what concerns them the most is the structure itself. The system, they say, is faulty, so it has to be corrected. And the Chief Justice is saying that in a way to ensure that the system is set up properly, let us look at why things are the way they are. For example, I went to the prison in the south in Bo, and I met someone there who had been there for 15 odd years. He had even gone mental, and nobody could tell me why he was being detained there. After a report went out on the BBC, he apparently was released. But that's just a single case of so many cases of people who are behind bars who basically shouldn't be behind bars.
Umaru, thank you as ever for the updates. Our reporter Umaru Fofana joining us from Makeni in the north of Sierra Leone.